us now on this epic quest for treasure, adventure, and glory's crest. With stars above and the seas below, our pirate saga's about to unfold. The sails are high and the winds still blow. We're pirates bold with hearts aglow. In a fantasy world where legends grow, we seek out treasure in the realms below. Hee-ho, hee-hearties, adventure awaits through mystical lands, enchanted gates. With swords in hand and tales untold, we'll find our glory and riches of gold. From dragon's lair to wizard's keep, we journey far where shadows creep. With magic's might and fearless cheer, we'll conquer all, no foe we fear. Hee-ho, hee-hearties, adventure awaits through mystical lands, enchanted gates. With swords in hand and tales untold, we'll find our glory and riches of gold. So join us now on this epic quest for treasure, adventure, and glory's crest. With stars above and the seas below, our pirate saga's about to unfold. The sails are high and the winds still blow. We're pirates bold with hearts aglow. In a fantasy world where legends grow, we seek out treasure in the realms below. Hee-ho, hee-hearties, adventure awaits through mystical lands, enchanted gates. With swords in hand and tales untold, we'll find our glory and riches of gold. From dragon's lair to wizard's keep, we journey far where shadows creep. With magic's might and fearless cheer, we'll conquer all, no foe we fear. Hee-ho, hee-hearties, adventure awaits through mystical lands, enchanted gates. With swords in hand and tales untold, we'll find our glory and riches of gold. So join us now on this epic quest for treasure, adventure, and glory's crest. With stars above and the seas below, our pirate saga's about to unfold. The sails are high and the winds still blow. We're pirates bold with hearts aglow. In a fantasy world where legends grow, we seek out treasure in the realms below. Hee-ho, hee-hearties, adventure awaits through mystical lands, enchanted gates. With swords in hand and tales untold, we'll find our glory and riches of gold. From dragon's lair to wizard's keep, we journey far where shadows creep. With magic's might and fearless cheer, we'll conquer all, no foe we fear. Hee-ho, hee-hearties, adventure awaits through mystical lands, enchanted gates. With swords in hand and tales untold, we'll find our glory and riches of gold. So join us now on this epic quest for treasure, adventure, and glory's crest. With stars above and the seas below, our pirate saga's about to unfold. The sails are high and the winds still blow. We're pirates bold with hearts aglow. In a fantasy world where legends grow, we seek out treasure in the realms below. Hee-ho, hee-hearties, adventure awaits through mystical lands, enchanted gates. With swords in hand and tales untold, we'll find our glory and From Dragon's Lair to Wizard's Keep, we journey far where shadows creep. With magic's might and fearless cheer, we'll conquer all, no foe we fear. Heave-ho, me hearties, adventure awaits. Through mystical lands and enchanted gates. With swords in hand and tales untold, we'll find our glory and riches of gold. So join us now on this epic quest for treasure, adventure, and glory's crest. With stars above and the seas below, our pirate saga's about to unfold. The sails are high and the winds to blow. We're pirates bold with hearts aglow. In a fantasy world where legends grow, we seek out treasure in the realms below. Hee-ho, me-hearties, adventure awaits. Through mystical lands and enchanted gates. With swords in hand and tales untold, we'll find our glory and riches of gold. From Dragon's Lair to Wizard's Keep, we journey far where shadows creep. With magic's might and fearless cheer, we'll conquer all, no foe we fear. Heave-ho, me hearties, adventure awaits. Through mystical lands and enchanted gates. With swords in hand and tales untold, we'll find our glory and riches of gold. So join us now on this epic quest for treasure, adventure, and glory's crest. With stars above and the seas below, our pirate saga's about to unfold. The sails are high and the winds to blow. We're pirates bold with hearts aglow. In a fantasy world where legends grow, we seek out treasure in the realms below. Hee-ho, me-hearties, adventure awaits. Through mystical lands and enchanted gates. With swords in hand and tales untold, we'll find our glory and riches of gold. From Dragon's Lair to Wizard's Keep, we journey far where shadows creep. With magic's might and fearless cheer, we'll conquer all, no foe we fear. Heave-ho, me hearties, adventure awaits. Through mystical lands and enchanted gates. With swords in hand and tales untold, we'll find our glory and riches of gold. So join us now on this epic quest for treasure, adventure, and glory's crest. With stars above and the seas below, our pirate saga's about to unfold. The sails are high and the winds to blow. We're pirates bold with hearts aglow. In a fantasy world where legends grow, we seek out treasure in the realms below. Hee-ho, me-hearties, adventure awaits. Through mystical lands and enchanted gates. With swords in hand and tales untold, we'll find our glory and riches of gold. From Dragon's Lair to Wizard's Keep, we journey far where shadows creep. With magic's might and fearless cheer, we'll conquer all, no foe we fear. Heave-ho, me hearties, adventure awaits. Through mystical lands and enchanted gates. With swords in hand and tales untold, we'll find our glory and riches of gold. So join us now on this epic quest for treasure, adventure, and glory's crest. With stars above and the seas below, our pirate saga's dragons lair to wizards keep. We journey far where shadows creep. With magic's might and fearless cheer, we'll conquer all, no foe we fear. He-ho, me hearties, adventure awaits. Through mystical lands and enchanted gates. With swords in hand and tales untold.
That medicine.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's been a couple weeks through sickness and holidays. And think about it, when we set this game up, I should have probably looked at what holidays days of the week fell on, but you know, it happens. It's over. We're in 2025 now, and so this marks. Is this our first live show of 2025?
Yep.
No, Moss, you were live on Saturday, right?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, it was live on Saturday.
I guess
All
that
right.
counts.
I
I was
forgot my
there
schedule.
talking shit.
Well, I
to
mean,
Matt.
it's our
Moss.
first episode of Smoke&barrel for 2025, and we'll see how everything plays out. I believe, if my eyes don't deceive me, Biggles is wearing a little bit of the merch you received. He bought his Lucky Golden Tail Wanted shirt.
Hey, I need to
Nice.
buy one.
I need to get one too.
Haven't got around to it.
So
Shoot.
those
Yeah, everybody needs
are-
to buy a Lucky Golden Tail.
No, I'm around a goblins. A
No,
gear.
not that ugly dog, like a real one, like Slippy or something.
Yeah,
Nah,
but we have
best
a
boy.
wonderful merch
He's a good
store.
boy.
I am going to put the link in chats here in just a moment. Once the link opens up for installing, so that I can just open the link. Hopefully, nobody really notices.
Oh yeah, everybody introduced themselves before me, so that way I can go get the merch that I brought.
Allow me to
Yeah.
reintroduce myself. I am Biggles. I play Lucky Golden Tail, best boy, or a good boy, if you will. Don't call me a bad boy though, because you might get bit. I am the healer and the squashbuckler of the group. I play a golden retriever Shuni. Yeah, and I'm awesome. There you go. I reintroduced myself. Mega, take it.
Thank you, Lucky. You're such a good boy. I'm MegaReacts. I play Gears the Goblin. I am basically a transformer with magical powers and the rage of a barbarian who loves the pirate life and is ready to plunder and make a name for himself. Guess we'll throw it to JT.
Well, now you know who I am. But I play Jupiter, the cat pirate thing guy with a sword. Yeah. I do those things with swords.
He stabs and uses some poison, and is a sassy cat.
Oh yeah, I poison as well.
With such excitement, too.
He's very sassy.
Ooh, eccentric. Is that JT? Is that one of your? Did you make an emote for Jupiter?
I must have, because I see one.
Yeah, that's what I was seeing it kick there. That's cool. I like it. I dig it.
Actually, did I? Let me check.
It says yeah. It says Savage Talk Jupiter when you hover over
okay.
it.
Then,
Oh,
then,
cool.
then I did.
I like it. Well, last but not least on this motley crew is the captain. Moss, how are you?
Yarg, I'm doing great. tonight. I was really excited to come back because I was totally and 100% prepared. As we were, I think I might have been the only one who had come up with a tale to tell Besmara before the stream tonight. So I was totally prepared. Also, this is I don't know if you guys have seen this.
Ooh.
Isn't that pretty? I know it's kind of hard to see in the light, but look at how
It's,
pretty that is.
Fear of
Moss is
Ages
mugging
Past
hard.
mug. Yeah.
It's lovely.
Yeah,
a
isn't
good
that
one.
beautiful?
It's almost as
I love
beautiful
it.
as Lucky.
That and
Almost.
Elf from the
for
Shire.
we've got some good merch on there. Although I need to buy one. My favorite one, which really has nothing to do with most of what we got going on, is the "Make Eriador Great Again" hat.
It's so great.
In the style of the MAGA hat. So if you are a Lord of the Rings lover and love the Make America Great stuff, we have a Make Eriador Great Again hat as well. That was funny. I gotta get one of those before MegaCon. So I
Oh,
think
dude, same.
That one I think will be quite popular. Walking around with those on our heads. But yes, welcome back. to 2025. I'm excited to get this year rolling. We got some fun stuff coming up on the channel. Also, if you do buy any merch, we are also running a raffle through our Streamlabs. Also, I don't know if you have the donation thing around. You could throw in the chat.
I can grab it.
But for every $15 spent, a raffle ticket, and we will end that. I think I might extend it a week just because the holidays sort of had everything off. So I think I'm going to extend that to the 19th for a raffle of some tabletop stuff. Got a bunch of bundles of Pathfinder 2e that we are playing here. It's about 75 books, all digital content. And then we have another one for Free League RPG, if you are familiar with them, that has some of their main stuff. And then has a bunch of, I think it's got 5 or 6 of their main tabletop games with some accessories and stuff for them as well. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and check out all that stuff. If not, merch is always a good option.
Yeah.
Support us.
Yeah, which just to get people excited about it. I don't know if you guys are aware, but Free League are the people who do, number one, they do the One Ring, which we are also playing on this channel. They also do the Alien RPG and Twilight 2000, which sounds like a lot of fun, which I haven't played, but a lot of people have played it.
You play
So lots-
Sparkling Vampires?
Yep, that's all it is.
No,
In the future?
even better. You play a survivor after World War III, and the Soviet Union is still kind of a thing. So even better.
And you're a Sparkling Vampire who survived.
Exactly. That's how you
Okay, there
survive.
we go.
Is like
Fantastic.
you reflect the light of the nuclear weapons and you shatter all before you.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Be pretty cool.
Fuck.
This is the skin of a killer.
But also, with all this fundraising and raffle we got going on too, we are also got a couple goals out there for monetary amounts. If we do raise right now, we are just hit the $150 mark for the raffle and our fundraising. But if we hit the $500 mark, we are going to go live, and Sevi is going to cut Moss's hair.
Yeah.
On stream.
And guys, I need a haircut. Like I don't know if you can see this. This is way longer than it needs to be. I'm trusting Sevi to cut it. So
And something we were talking about, and I'm going to solidify here right now on this stream, is if we get $1,000 for this fundraising, I will get the Tales of the Dragon's Tavern logo tattooed. Probably on
your
my
forehead.
Probably not on my forehead.
On his ass. On his ass.
Probably on my arm
stamp.
that has the other miscellaneous flash tattoos that I have. Just to kind of get that.
Mhm.
But I
You know,
will get a
Moss,
tattoo.
I certainly hope she's better at cutting hair than she is at cooking, or you're in a lot of fucking trouble.
I specifically said no scissors, only clippers.
we will put $50 aside in case we have to run Moss to a barbershop real.
Yeah.
Or a hospital.
Or a hospital, yeah. Urgent care.
He'll probably be fearless.
I lost an
Well,
ear.
JT, I'll need you to time the route from the Airbnb to the hospital for me so that we know. But yeah, that's some fun stuff. Oh yeah, you know something else?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, and if you do decide to do that, that'll also count towards hero points for tonight as well.
Yes. Everything up until pretty much we'll say the end of the raffle, whether we are live or not, all of those will turn into monetary values for the show, which is hero points and miracles and stuff, fun stuff like that. But yeah, now that kind of thing is over, let's kind of jump into the game here. And last we left our crew of Mischief's Maiden, they were waiting in line at the throne of Besmara, waiting to see High Priestess of Besmara. I'll bring a picture up of her so you guys can remember. She's hot, pirate lady.
Hey
Meow.
now.
Yeah.
Didn't we get
Hello,
benefits?
nurse.
I like to put my ship in her port.
So we pretty much ended as you guys were the next up kind of thing. And the one thing
Yeah,
around
we
her is, you're standing on the dais and that painting, just like it is kind of in this photo, the waves are crashing around her feet. They don't go much too far out. So you are probably standing in, ankle deep of water, but it is definitely magical water as you are not, your garments and shoes and stuff are not becoming soaked. There's a lot of mysticism going around. She sits there either taking gifts from pirates in front of you guys or listening to tales. And you've heard some decent tales. A lot of what you're hearing is interesting because a lot of it is like fishermen asking for protection from pirates and stuff like that, kind of appeasing Besmara to, see them favorably in the seas. And there's, a couple probably small pirates, probably not as powerful as you or kids who want to be pirates and stuff like that. Is there anything while you're standing in line, guys, where it would be doing in particular, or just kind of be patiently waiting?
I would probably be getting ready to give something like a gift ready, like the locket, but taking out the picture of the whore that was in there, and like since we got rid of all the crabs in the wedding dress, like setting that up as like an offering.
Nice. Okay.
And I think that while we're standing in line, I want to take some of the black powder which I use to load my musket. I want to craft it into little those little pop rocks or whatever, you know what I'm talking about, that you get from the fireworks stores.
And you,
And
you eat them and then drink
and
Coke and blow up.
I want to fashion them to the point where when I finish my tail, I can throw them up like confetti and they burst in the air
Okay.
in a splendid show of
Such a showman.
Go
well,
ahead
I mean, I gotta have something. My charisma's well, I did up my charisma last level up, so my charisma is no longer negative.
Nice.
Go ahead and roll me a crafting roll. I'm gonna make it a DC 10. So pretty much don't roll a 1. If you roll a 1, something they might blow up.
I was gonna say, I think my
Well,
crafting roll is like plus
then-
13. I love it.
Then we all die.
Oh yeah, these things will
24.
go off spectacularly. Yeah, so you guys, Jupiter, is there anything in particular you are doing in this line while everybody kind of, counts their coins and rehearses their tale?
I have my gift ready. I'm
Perfect.
prepared. Also, how did you do your charisma? Did we get points to add to that? Because if we did, I need to.
Oh my
Add
God,
mine.
JT. We went over this last game.
That was like 8 months ago. Last game.
It does feel like it, yeah. Let me remember exactly.
You get 5 points. You cannot put 2 points in any one stat.
Oh, that's right. I remember now. I owe a point, and then I'll get my decks up. I was wondering why I don't have 5 decks. That's why you can only do a half.
Yeah.
One.
You can only do
so
once
you
it
can
hits
put
20,
one
they
now, and
count
then next
two.
time it goes up.
Oh, yeah. I did it already. Okay.
Yeah. I thought we did that part for you.
Yeah, I don't remember, man.
It's been a
That's
couple.
Long time ago, man.
Yeah, I might have
I
screwed
don't
mine
remember
up
what I
last
did
time,
yesterday.
but,
I think I remember 3 weeks ago. 4
Fair.
weeks ago, actually.
Well, I guess, how would you guys like to do this order? Did you just want to kind of roll off and go from highest to lowest, or is anybody willing to go
Yeah.
first?
Does the captain want to start us off, or does he want to finish us off?
we're all equals in the presence of Besmara.
I'll go first. I was the one who wanted to come here. If it's okay with you,
God.
Captain.
Go for it, Lucky.
He's gonna set the tone.
All
But I swear to the gods, if you show me up, you're fired.
So you have
I'll do my best not to.
It's similar to, back in the day when you go to a mall and you'd see Santa, where there is an acolyte who kind of steps up next to you and says, "You have a gift or a tale for Besmara?"
I have both, and I give the locket and the wedding dress. May these gifts that we've got on our conquests be worthy of Besmara. And then I also have a tale.
And you see the
You do have a
acolyte
tail.
kind of turns around, looks at the high priest, nods, and says, "Then you may step up and tell her your tale."
All right. Now, this is a story I've been working on to tell you, my lady. And it begins like this. On the high seas, 3 pirates, William Cokenstache, Lucky Golden Tail, and Gears, set sail on a journey destined to etch their names into pirate legend. William Cokenstache, with his commanding presence and a mustache famed for its caked white powder, led the crew with a blend of wisdom and cunning. His strategies were as sharp as his gaze, guiding the ship through the most perilous waters. Lucky Golden Tail, known for his agility and his licks, was the heart of the crew. His fearless spirit and the legendary loyalty pushed the boundaries of what's possible in their daring escapades. Gears, the brutal and fearless robo-goblin shark, kept the ship, the Mischief Maiden, afloat and formidable no matter the battle damage. Their adventures began with a game of Hoblog, where Lucky asserted his dominance, winning against Jack Narwhal and Tibbs, setting a tone of victory and camaraderie for their voyage. The trio's past soon crossed Slippy the Blade, whose combat skills were unmatched. Their journey also led them to Arita, who in a heated exchange dubbed Lucky a bad dog, sparking a rivalry that would lead to her demise. Treachery lurked within the ranks. Sly, Areta, Jape, and Flips plotted against them. However, through wit, strength, Wilhelm, Lucky, and Gears quelled the assault. Jack's thievery led to his gruesome key hauling, teaching the crew no stealing among the crew. While showcasing Wilhelm's manipulative prowess, and he swayed Sandra, Jape, and Flip to their side. Their battles were fierce and numerous. They clashed with bilge rats, where both Slippy and Gear sustained injuries, only for Lucky's swift licks to turn the tide. Sharing rations in dire times only strengthened their bonds. Their sharpshooting practice prepared them for the heist of the man's promise, which not only enriched them, but sowed the seeds of a greater mutiny. The adventure took bizarre turns, from battling the undead, STD-infested prostitutes, and a frog once eyed Lucky as its meal. But his agility saved him from being frog chow. They encountered giant bugs, mosquitoes, and even tree huggers, with both Gears and Lucky narrowly escaping death's embrace. Wilhelm faced death himself, but miraculously revived to lead the charge against a monstrous fish, securing lethal armor and treasures that would fund their legendary exploits. The climax came when they overthrew a tyrannical captain, with Wilhelm ascending the command. Showcasing his natural leadership, they managed internal threats by imprisoning those linked with the Loath, Scourge, and Plug. Rallying the likes of Sly and Aisha to their cause, their saga continued at Riggedy Swibs, where they bolstered their crew with unique characters such as Smitty Witcher and the enigmatic Blackblade. Despite Slippy's departure, they shared one last epic battle against the colossal eel. Here, the Blackblade shone, his dark steel cutting through the eel's scales with precision that left even the sea devils in awe. His blade was not just a weapon, but a symbol of dark justice on the sea. As they faced sea devils, nagas, and relentless trials of pirate life, Wilhelm's inventions often turned the tide of battle. But it was Blackblade's silent, deadly presence that ensured their adversaries remembered the cost of challenging the maiden's mischief. Their tail was carved into the mast of the ship, ensuring that their legend would be remembered with every sail that saw it. Thus, the tales of William Cokenstache, Lucky Golden Tail, Gears, and the Black Blade became legends of adventure, betrayal, triumph, Whispered in Oz in every port, feared by all adversaries on the open sea. And that is it.
One eternity later.
And I take a bow.
And
I hope that is a worthy tale for my goddess.
you see
Damn good storytelling.
high
Certainly a wordy
priestess
tale.
Sea Spray is kind of on the edge of her seat, and she claps. She's like, "That you said your name was Golden Lucky or Lucky Golden Tail was
Yes.
amazing tale." She kind of looks past you and sees your crew. She says, "And what you've said about each of your crewmates here, I can see it in their eyes. I can see it in their posture." She kind of smiles and makes eye contact with you, Captain, for a moment. Says, "I see your captain is worth everything you have said." She says, "Step up, please, Lucky."
I step up.
And she, off of, all of this jewelry around her neck, she plucks she's wearing this necklace of pearls. They're small, they're little beads, but they are this kind of almost iridescent pink color. And she kind of seems to pop one off and give it to you. She goes, "May Besmara bless you with this boon." She hands you the pearl, and you can feel that there is some sort of hidden power. This little Besmaran pearl. What exactly that is, she goes, "The boon will reveal itself to you once, well, I'd say, get a good night's rest. It may come in dreams. It may give you powers, or it may allow you to know what powers it holds for you. But each blessing is different, and you receive this one."
Thank you. And I bow and I take a knee to my goddess and the priestess. And then I go back.
She looks at the rest of the crew of the Mischief's Maiden that has showed up and says, "Well, unless you all have a tale to tell better than Lucky's, I feel as if Besmara's blessings is on all of you. But it looks as if some of you have gifts to bestow as well."
I'll look at her and just be like, "Aye, any tale that I have to tell is not a bit as fair as but a hair on your head, milady. But I do bestow this upon ye." And I will approach and lay the vindictive spear down before her.
She kind of picks it up and runs her hands delicately over it and goes, "This was won in battle, no?"
Aye, it was. Hard fought one which you've heard about from me pilot Lucky.
"Yes, this is a mighty fine gift and goes along with the tales told." "Well then," and again she kind of reaches her neck and pulls off another one of these tiny pearls and gives one to you and says, the same thing. Powers of the Besmaran pearl will reveal itself in time. What that blessing is, truly only you and Besmara will know. But this gift and that tale will serve enough for you to have such a blessing, Captain Wilhelm."
Ever grateful am I. Thank ye, milady. You pop, drop it in my pocket. And then I turn to walk around, and then as I stop, and then I turn around immediately and throw the poppers up in the air, and then turn around and walk away.
And you get almost like a childish giggle out of this, extremely stoic kind of very noble high priestess who's sitting there. She gives out a little bit of a childlike laugh, and you can see it had startled some people who were waiting in line, but she found that very amusing.
Like, no.
"And you, Blackblade, do you wish to expand upon Lucky's tale, or do you have a gift, Besmara?"
I am a pirate more of deed than word, my lady. Now I walk up to her and I kiss her hand, take her by the hand and kiss it and bow. And then I say, this was one from a mighty foe, and I give it to you so you can best any foes that would seek to cause you harm. And I give her a rapier sword, the rapier gun, whatever, the pistol thing. A nice one, a very nice one.
Yeah.
And then I turn into a little black cat. Actually, no, I'm sorry. That's too late. That's too early. I'm ahead of myself. Damn it.
Well, she takes it
Yeah,
and she,
Show off your cat form.
yeah, she inspects this weapon as somebody who is very trained with weapons would inspect this thing. You know, she checks the sight, even kind of runs, you know, almost cuts her finger a little bit to check the
Oh, it is meticulously
blade itself.
cared for.
And yeah, she goes, this blade has seen many a battle, but looks as if it is just pulled off the shelf. It has been wielded by a true warrior. And you have proven yourself so far as a true pirate, and I see much to be done in the world of piracy for you and your crew. She gives you a Besmaran pearl as well. Says the same thing, you know, deal itself to you when it deems the boon ready for you to know.
Thank you for your mighty blessing, lady. And I put it in my little cat sack, and I turn into a little black cat and walk away. Walk out the door.
And Gears, do you do anything in particular?
I just walk up. I do light up my eyes so they glow kind of red. I don't fire them. I just glow them. A little bit of a glow up. My lady, I had a tale, but it does not compare to Lucky's. So I will just present ye with this pearl scabbard I have acquired. And it's one I have in my treasures.
Mm-hmm.
Give to us, I think, first or second game.
Yeah. She
It
takes
is made of fine craftsmanship and pearls of the deep.
She, you know, again, kind of with an expert eye, checks it over, and you receive also a Besmara pearl, and she says to you, "This is a fine gift indeed, for I am sure the pirate who would wield this would be flaunting their riches and plunder."
You're also quite the looker, I must say.
As well, yeah, she seems to kind of not know how to react. Well, it's kind of a robot saying it, you know. So she's like, "Thank
I
you.
rarely
You
went
are."
to flesh, but then I looked upon you, and I remember what flesh was like. Oh, the days.
Yeah, it's one of those like normally she'd be like, "Oh, thank you," you know, and be like, "Don't try to be cute with me." But she's like, "It's a robot. What do I say?"
You know,
It's
I can
kinda
turn into a
hobo-flattered.
shark, too. I'm just saying.
Well, thank you.
What are you
Kears.
saying?
Yeah.
What are you saying?
I figure she likes the ocean. I can turn into a sea animal. Shut up, cat. You can't even talk. You don't have lips.
You don't have lips.
You have lips.
Neither do you fucking robot.
I don't
Oh,
need
my
lips.
goodness.
I have a synthesizer in me throat. Well, I hope
yeah,
you like the
then-
gift. I'm sorry. And I kind of back up, kind of bowing.
She just smiles at you, and again, you have a best Marin pearl as well. And then you know Sandra probably came with you and gifted her something. They kind of seem to have almost a private conversation real quick, and Sandra will walk away with Pearl as well. Same with Iguana. He goes on some extravagant tale. Yeah, he stands up and presents a dagger, a very nice dagger. Looks like it was, you know, maybe a bone handle with some golden inlay. He's see if I can find the voice again. My father crafted this a long time ago. I was going to use it one day to find the man with 7 toes on his right foot to kill and claim vengeance. So I hope Besmara will guide me to that man. or I will sail the seas until this man is dead. She looks at him stern, gives him a pearl, says, follow your heart and your crew, Iguana, and you will find this man. You will get your vengeance. And he lights up. He, real giddy, kind of like walks away. He's like, I will find him, and I will take 2 toes of his as a souvenir.
Then he can have 5. Like a normal fucker.
But yeah, you guys leave the Holy Isle, kind of where this throne is, and are ferried back to Queen Bez.
Now, was she like a priestess of Besmara? Is that kind of her role, or is she like an avatar?
No, she is considered the high priestess of Besmara.
Okay.
Would she talk to Besmarans differently? Followers of.
Not
Because she talked to Sandra. That's why I asked. Because me and Lucky are both.
You know what? Roll
That's
me.
smart.
Roll me a sense motive on the basic actions.
Would I do that too?
Yeah, if you're curious as to why she seemed to have a private conversation, go ahead.
My basic actions don't seem to want to open.
Oh, maybe because the update. Just roll me a perception then. Fine.
Okay. Uno momento, por favor. 20.
13.
All right.
I rolled that shit.
With a 20, I will say you think that it was the question that Sandra had inquired about. Not so much that she's getting some preferential treatment. She might be because she's a priestess, but you think that
Oh, right.
their
Yeah.
private conversation was more of what was asked of the high priestess, required a little bit more of a privacy type thing, and maybe she was allowed that privacy because she is a priestess, a cleric of Besmara.
Fair.
But you don't think it was something to go along lines and say it was preferential treatment type thing.
Gotcha.
But yes, you guys are ferried back to Queen Bez, and Sandra excuses herself for the rest of the day. It is probably a little past midday at this point, 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Is there anything in particular you guys would like to do?
What's some fun stuff to do on this island?
So, the town.
I hear there's a Six Flags here somewhere.
Let's go there.
Roll me. You guys can roll me a diplomacy check. We'll call this gather information as to what you guys can do on Queen Bez, or just any.
Oh, yes. What can we? I want to have some fun.
You said what skill now?
Diplomacy.
Diplomacy.
What is that? 14.
Could I argue for society?
Society.
Yeah, I'd take a society.
Good, because I'm way better at society than I am at diplomacy.
I got a 26 on the whole diplomacy thing.
I got a 14.
I
So
got a 16. I only rolled a 5.
Lucky, and I think I kind of went over this last time too, but we'll sort of reiterate that Queen Bez is mostly the people who are here are pilgrims. Some, it's not a huge town. It has, enough people to support the Holy Isle and kind of its own little economic system. But really, the Rough Blessing Hostel and the Mother Tagrit's Inn are kind of the two main attractions for travelers through. And so that's kind of what you get lucky with, and that was not too much else. There's probably gambling or, things happening at either of those places that you could lose some time at. I will say Gears and Wilhelm, you guys are kind of, maybe you're just going around town asking about anything and whatnot. You You do find that the Port Reeve, the gentleman who had kind of written your name down and taken the ship's information when you first came to port, uh, was actually a very successful pirate and is a very big devotee of the goddess Besmara. You're kind of asking for stuff, and somebody says, mentioned some things that he had once taken off with an entire month's worth of pay from the Taldane army by scaring them. Like, it was an intimidation factor, and supposedly he let the ship go, but he took a month's wages for his entire crew from the army before he let them go.
Nice.
How'd you manage that?
Hmm.
And then for Jupiter, along with that information about the Port Reeve, you also hear that there is a wizard in town named Gelru Palain. That was used to be a Pathfinder, so used to be like a licensed adventurer, so to speak, who is the lone survivor of a disastrous foray into a dungeon of Eel's Skull on Nalt's Island, looking for some hidden treasure or something like that.
Hmm.
So, hold on. Nalt. Eel's Skull. Somewhere around here. It should be a spot on this map. I just don't remember. Or Nalt's Island should be on here too. Yeah, it's right above you guys. Eel's
Oh,
Skull.
excellent.
It is literally
I see it.
Yeah.
And those are
Capitan.
those are kind of the more interesting things you find out about Peopletown. Other than that, it's gambling at Mother Tagrits or spending some time under Alistra's banner at the Rough Blessing Hostel.
Hmm.
I just want to go around telling tales of our exploits and hear tales of other people to see if maybe I can find something else that we could go plunder or something.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a performance. S-
20.
All right.
I perform much better than my captain.
Yeah, by the end of the day, you
Don't
feel
be
like
mutiny words. You watch yourself now.
all right, I am putting something in the description of the Mischief's Maiden, which is going to be your so built into the system is an infamy and disrepute mechanic. We're not going to use the disrepute one just because it's a little weird. It's like a resource pool, but I've never really liked what it gave you. It just never really felt like fun. But we are going to use the infamy, and right now, with Lucky's aid, I would say you guys have 7 infamy. And really, what that'll do is there might come a time when level of infamy is extremely important to people who will talk to you. What information they may give. So anytime you make port, you may roll a performance check, or one person may roll a performance check to attempt to spread your infamy in port.
And
Nice.
where do we see the infamy?
If
So
you
it's under the.
you go into the ship's character sheet, I think everybody should be able to see it.
You go under
There's some
after
Yeah,
missing
I see it now.
things.
Mischief's
Okay.
Maiden.
Yeah.
out there. Yes.
And the little open book icon up top.
Hmm? Open book, eh?
But yeah, that is kind of some stuff here, and we'll say Lucky spends the day telling his tale all throughout Queen Bez.
Gears would also be just hyping up the ship, the crew, mainly the captain, hyping Wilhelm up like he's the fucking second coming of Blackbeard and Jack Sparrow. And I did roll a crit at 31, so.
Nice. You hear, in terms of the shackles, your character would know. You are here. Is that the Hurricane King is kind of not necessarily the king of the shackles, but he is generally noted as the most feared pirate out of Port Peril. He is the
Next to
ruler.
Wilhelm.
He is the ruler of Port Peril, and right now that title goes to Kurdek Bonefist. So that is probably who you are, comparing him to.
Kurdek Bonefist.
Yes.
saying that right?
Bonefish wishes he
Kurdek
had the cunning, the
Bonefist.
beauty, the fine crafted leg as my Captain Wilhelm.
Arg! Years, you're really making me blush over here with all these kind words.
It's all true, Captain. Every word of it. Wink, wink, wink. Out the corner eye.
Captain, when the
Maybe you've heard of our ghost ship, pirated by Captain
when the
Wilhelm.
goblin pulls his nose out of your ass, I have something to tell you.
You watch it, pussy.
I have
What is it, Blackblade?
I
have
hear
heard-
everything.
I have heard talk that there is a wizard on this island who was part of some sort of exploration for treasure. And from what I hear, I do not think they got what they were looking for because he is the only one to survive. So maybe we can talk to him, find out where it is, and make it our own treasure. It's, from what I understand, it's not too far from here.
You've got keen ears there, Blackblade. A fine idea. I see we do that straight away.
Aye, Captain.
Okay, so you are going to look for this.
Wizard.
Wizard.
Let's see.
Roll me. I'll take another diplomacy or society to see if you can kind of track down where the wizard might be.
All of
both,
us,
both
or-
of us do it? All of us?
Yeah, whoever's looking for him, that's fine.
My diplomacy was a failure this time.
Not a failure, just a happy accident.
You know,
You're doing good, kitty. We love ya.
Wilhelm and Gears, you guys actually remember there was a gentleman at Mother Taggart's Inn when you were there last night that sort of kept to himself and gave off either homeless old man or down on his luck wizard vibes. That might possibly be that guy.
You remember that hobo that was at the bar?
The
No,
only
cabbage,
hobo
no,
I
sir.
know is the dog, sir.
No, hobo, Hobo.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said something else.
I got what you said. That's funny.
Perhaps he's still there. He's probably still drinking his sorrows away. Maybe we can go look there.
Maybe buy him a drink and pick his brain.
Anything but his nose.
Or his ass.
That too.
I don't
Well,
pick
we'll
asses
ju-
anymore.
We'll just stick with his brain.
I'm a first mate.
Lucky.
I
No
don't pick
licking
asses.
of the ass.
What? You want me to lick your ass?
We used to have a cat and a dog outside the bar I worked at. They constantly licked each other asses, so I guess this wouldn't be that out of character.
I'll ask Lucky and Shuni. What does it mean when you're actually sniffing asses anyway?
I think it's how we get to know each other.
You think?
I think. I don't know. I smell a lot of asses.
You don't know? Is there
Well,
a different reason for every ass? I don't understand.
well, some asses you got to smell differently, Captain.
How do you go about smelling the ass of Jupiter versus someone like myself?
Well, your ass, as the captain, I got to smell you a lot nicer than that fucking pussy.
What about Gears? Does he have an ass to sniff?
Well, he does have an exhaust pipe where my tongue has been.
Blech.
God damn. I imagine either of you hear us talking. This is a new language I just picked up. I imagine you guys hear us talking and you just hear
Barking.
Wilhelm.
Why is the captain barking? God damn. He might be possessed by a demon.
His head cocks, as like a reply.
No, I think maybe he has gone, how do you say, full retard.
You never go full retard.
Well, sometimes you do, apparently.
Never say never. There's always room for a good retard.
But
Anyway,
yes,
old man.
On to Mother Teggerton. You guys head back there, and yeah, this homeless wizard-looking fella is still at the same table. He seems to have a small, assortment of breads and cheeses, and one empty. Maybe it looks like 2 mugs, one empty, one half full. And he seems to just again be to himself. He seems to have like a backpack, and there's a couple books and stuff that are sticking out of it. But he's just sitting there and enjoying what looks to be food and everything. Kind of looking around somewhat, eyes darting around a little bit. Self.
Excuse me, homeless reindeer. Can I buy you a drink, sir?
I never say no to a free drink.
Maybe you've heard of Captain Wilhelm. I'm sure you have. He's well known in these parts.
Ah, you were with your crew here last night. You remember you a little bit.
May we have a seat, sir?
I give him a big mug of rum.
Ah. Ooh. Oh, I thank you. My name is Gelru. You are the pirates of the Mischief's Maiden I picked up last evening.
We are. I've heard tell of thee.
But my tragic tale, I guess it is spread fairly well through this town.
Like STDs through that dog right there.
And while he says STDs through that dog, I'm just sniffing some random ladies at the bar's butts,
You
getting
see?
to know them.
God.
Rookie,
We can't bring these
Yeah.
people in.
get out of there.
If you
Sorry, Captain.
I start barking at him.
if it is worrisome, I hear they make a necklace that is supposed to scare off fleas and such. I'm sure you can get one here in town. It's a pretty
Right,
simple magical item.
Actually, I could probably
Not a
use one of
sponsor.
those because that dog has all sorts of bugs on him.
Yes,
He's quite nasty,
I am more of a cat person myself.
as you should be.
It is yes, they are good to talk to and see more intelligence. They understand more.
We try to.
I have also met many cat folk like yourself, and I've always preferred their less chaotic nature.
We do try to be logical about things.
But
While they're
Rather
saying this, I'm
than,
running around in circles.
Rather than act on our base impulses and the smell of others' assholes.
well, I I guess
that's a good
I would
asshole.
like to know what the honor of this wonderful drink is. You said you have heard my tale. I don't know
Well,
what you have heard.
I would rather hear firsthand than through the grapevine, if you don't mind. But we are always looking for more treasure. So maybe if your tragic tale is not too tragic, maybe we could, I don't know, maybe continue your journey and finish the job, so to speak.
And he kind of sits up a little bit, showing that he's probably 6 feet in height standing. You can see some elvish features now as he sort of, wipes away fatigue from his face. He
He
seems
was
to
bigger
be
than he looks.
a half
Yeah, you
elf,
got-
middle aged half elf man. So he's probably in his 40s or 50s. Beard, maybe middle of the neck length, is kind of starting to streak with gray. His medium length hair, same as well. You can see he kind of has it tucked behind his ears, and his eyes are of a nice, almost coral bluish green, almost color, kind of like sea when you're looking through it.
Coral!
And he
Coral.
and he looks at you and
Coral!
goes, "Before I tell you of the dangers that befell me and my friends, I must warn you. This will kill all of you. This is not something to be trifled with. I have seen more experienced adventurers go after treasure like this, and none have returned. My survival was only due to the sacrifices of my dearest friends who are." And he sort of looks down a little bit. He goes, I could never repay that debt. So if you are willing to risk your life for treasure, knowledge, whatever may be behind those doors that we cannot see, then I will tell you. But I must ask, for I tell you upon what you've heard that I survived a tragic adventure, tell nobody else, or I will not have more death on my hands.
Our lips are mum, so to speak.
I
Goes
look
no
to the
further than
captain.
here.
You'll have none of the words that you speak pass by our lips to anyone else.
Good.
I'm still chasing my tail.
You're really helping his argument, Lucky. I mean, really.
Is
Have-
I
it
almost
really an
got it,
argument?
Captain.
Is it
Uh,
really an argument
tried.
anymore, or is it just fact?
I've always liked dogs and their loyalty, but that display is, well, it got me second thoughts.
How much do
I'm
you
going to get it,
know
Captain. I swear.
of Nalt's Island at all?
Nults?
Nalt's Island. I will take pirate or society checks from you.
I might know of such a place. Let me check me memory banks.
You said sailing lore or
Yeah,
society?
sailing lore society.
I mean, they're basically the same thing, I think.
Yeah, I think it does sound a little familiar.
Oh, sailing lore?
Yeah, I'll take.
19.
So, Lucky and Jupiter, you're obviously familiar that it is north of you, and that the name comes from a smuggler from 100 years past. It's kind of like a urban legend type thing that took the island and something happened to him and he was never seen again, or madness took him or something like that. You have the very basics of why it's called Nalt's Island. It was from a famous smuggler almost a century ago that you, for some reason, the island was named after him. Now, Wilhelm and Gears, you can confirm that fact that, in fact, that island is named after a smuggler from about 100 years ago. And for a moment, when he mentions the island and you think upon it, you're kind of overcome with fear. As if whoever originally told you or wherever you read about this island that there was a warning. Evil, death, giants or cyclops, the things that inhabit some of these small islands are very prominent on Nult's Islands, and to stay away for good reason. Gears, however, would know that the Nult Tarbro was the smuggler's full name, and that he supposedly claimed Eel Skull as his fortress, but went mad and in a self-immolation act declared Nult's Island his. And there are a few locations on it. There's the Lake of Dread Dreams and the Whirlpool Rush are a few things that you would know. The lake is supposedly in the center of the island, and there is a kind of a myth of dinosaurs and giants that patrol the perimeter. Then Whirlpool Rush is said that there are abominations or something that are controlling the waters along that little inlet that make it so dangerous to cross.
I know many tales of that place, of madness that follows those who try to take the plunder that lies within.
Gotta say, I felt a little shiver in me timbers whenever you said that name.
As there should be. He sort of sighs and he goes, I was too taken upon the idea of ancient knowledge and power and disregarded the warnings and the foretellings and this sense of fairy tale-ness that surrounds the island. We went to Eel Skull to see what lie under the fortress and to see if we could get a hold of Nult Tarbro's treasure. As if you could imagine an island with that sort of infamy would go untouched. I knew that there are giants there, and those are not the problem, for giants are easily avoidable. Magics or even just any skills of survival. And the other horrors that island is said to have were on the far side of the island. Again, nothing that I was worried about, but that fortress itself, standing on that cliff, just clouds your mind and your days with gloom. It was not until we stepped off our boat and onto the land that I had started to feel as if we had truly made a mistake, but we persevered. And we descended into some of the fortress before we were, yes, one could call it ambushed, but by whatever makes its home there. We never truly saw it, but we felt its power. Before we knew it, we were running back to the ship. And as we approached the coast, our ship was sinking. Luckily, our rowboat was not lost. And first, 2 of us were on that ship. And
You just got raided by Nomi.
I saw that.
Hey.
Thank you, Nomi. Hello.
What's
Welcome,
up,
everybody.
Hello.
Thank you.
Here's this quick little dialogue, and we'll say hi. But yes, he Gelru and his former compatriot made it onto the boat, but he had to kill his former compatriot because he was possessed by something he had found in the fortress. And he had made his way down here, lost at sea, and got picked up by a ship coming to Queen's Bez, and has been here for the better part of a year since all of that's happened. But thank you, Raiders. Hello and welcome to Tales of the Dragon's Tavern. We're playing a little Pathfinder 2E right now. Pirates sailing on the Shackles. If anybody is familiar with the world that Pathfinder is set in. And our crew has just come upon, well, they just got blessings from the high priestess of the pirate goddess and are checking out a possible lead on some treasure. An ancient fortress ruled by a smuggler of old that will lead them to their deaths, like every good adventure starts.
Adventure's nothing gained.
Exactly.
I want to detect magic on this wizard to see how magical this wizard is.
And chat wants me to roll on my tail chasing.
Go ahead and yes, Lucky, go ahead and roll in athletics, and then Jupiter, go ahead and remember what that spell does. Let me exact description.
There it is.
Oh, perfect. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Does he send out a pulse or is there presence of magic? You receive no information beyond the presence of absence of magic.
Not sure how I cast it though.
You're just like, hold still.
Oh,
Let me
I
cast
guess I do it like that. No.
Yeah, so it's
it's massive.
What the fuck?
well,
That's
so
like
it's
50
a
miles.
it's a 30-foot emanation. So there's quite a bit of magic that goes off. Mostly just because you are in a very rich port. You tag some stuff in the actual inn that is magical, and then you kind of take a second, and kind of focus yourself, as you kind of get overstimulated with magic. And this guy, he's lighting up pretty good. He definitely has a bunch of different magical auras on him, around him, in his possession, kind of thing. So it's not like he's just a squib. He says he used to be a Pathfinder, which is a pretty high order of adventurers, and so he has some skill.
What about these assholes? Are they glowing magically too?
I think everybody has at least. I think at this point everybody has a couple magic items, so you probably are getting little pings off everybody.
All right, cool, good to know.
I apologize if you had already said this, but I was paying attention to chat. Now, Gelru, if you don't mind, what was it that, took out the rest of your crew? Did you get a good look at it?
I did not, for as soon as the attack happened, we were down to 2. The presence, however, I felt was demonic. It was a greater evil that I felt.
Now, do you know the lore of the island as far as who built the fortress that Norton tried to take over?
The fortress itself, I believe that Nault built it. I would have to, and he kind of puts a scroll on the table. He goes, "This is the last workings of anything I could find, and this was written about 50 years ago. And it sort of, don't want to call it a deed because I don't think he would have gotten. I don't think a smuggler would have wanted the honest government to know where his fortress was. But it seems as if maybe this had came from a confidant of his that had mentioned. He kind of hands it over to you, and you kind of skim through it, and it seems to be a letter written to somebody, or somebody notating that really the only peoples that seem to be on the island anymore are giants. And that
Do I
this
know any?
fortress
ahead.
seems to date back further than when they know Nult had founded it.
What does we know about giants?
I speak Cyclops. Would I possibly know something about the people?
You can roll me. I'll take a society roll specifically for giants.
May I roll that as well? Because that was my next question.
I only got a 9.
I was going to ask about occult or
I-
arcana, but
I just know they're.
not going to bother with society.
Yarg. Dirty 30.
Lucky you know that they're giant creatures that live throughout the world, that they are pretty common on some of these smaller isles in the shackles, but anything more than that, not so much. Wilhelm, your kind of dwarven hatred sort of takes over a little bit, as dwarves are big natural enemies of giants, and you would
Not
know.
jealous of their height at all.
No. You would know that they are, for the most part, more of like a tribal society. So if there is, they're not going to have a city on any of these islands, and they're going to probably keep, they're more of a herding culture for the most part. You know that fire giants and probably some of your more powerful giants that you might not see around here may have cities and towns. Or for what you know, the Shackles giants, that most of them are just, it's very tribal and shepherd like house. So there's probably a small enclave of giants somewhere around Nult's Island. They probably have a small, makeshift village. But honestly, they are probably more sheep herders or of that sort of nature.
Yarg, nothing but larger than average savages, if you ask me, those giants. Sleeping in the dirt and herding their giant livestock.
Yeah, giants are not much of a problem, and from what I could tell, the giants on Nult's Island are, I believe they are hill giants. You would know hill giants are very much headed towards the bottom of the totem pole in the power scale of giants. Still, a plan of 2025 giants is still something not to be trifled with, but one or two giants by themselves are not too much difficulty for seasoned adventurers. Again, we did ignore them. We had no need to bother them or make enemies. A little bit of my research on the island is they stay out of the small little mountainous range that is where Eel's Skull Fortress is found. Superstitious bunch, probably. What I had on my records, as we did do a little bit of surveying before we made our approach.
My question would be, do you think you, from your experience, has found a way to counter whatever it is that caused you such grief last time?
I spent months trying to find out anything I could what attacked us there, and I have no knowledge. After that, I took up the cup, and I've really never looked back since.
Well, you've told us what you know. But let me ask you this. Have ye any hunger for your heart for any further knowledge or treasure that lies underneath?
Or if not that, what of vengeance for your lost comrades?
I don't feel the need for any of that. I do well here by helping with what knowledge I can, using my magics when needed, and offering some minor magical services. But that life of the Pathfinder is behind me. Wish for it to stay in the past.
Well, should a industrious ship full of pirates decide that maybe they might be curious about what lies beneath the Eagle Skull or at the top of the mountain, what sort of advice might you give to a crew such as that?
Don't go. You will die. But
How did I know you were gonna say that?
if you
That's
are
exactly what I
set,
thought he was going to say, Captain.
if you are set
Since
on
he has
death,
lost his heart for the matter.
but if you are set on death, approach from the north. There's a small inlet, and there is a well-worn trail that will lead you to the fortress. If you start on the north, you should not need to worry about giants. Every once in a while, they may send a patrol past the Lake of Dead Dreams. But like I said, I think they are a superstitious bunch and fear the lake as much as they fear the fortress itself.
So nothing too hairy before the skull. Hmm?
No, it's an easy island. The mountains can be a little tricky, but like I said, there's still a worn enough trail that an average adventurer, pirate like yourselves, should easily be able to manage such things.
At this point I'll like stand up, and as I stand up, my chair will kind of just like fly back and fall over, and I'll just say, "Aye, but we've got the blessing of Besmara, and her boon shall see us safe across Knott's Island. What say
Well,
ye?"
Well, I have had a few rums myself. Maybe I have forgotten this part of what you said, but do you think it was a magical nature or a physical nature that caused the death of your crew?
And he kind of looks at you, and he's starting to become a little cross-eyed from drink, as you could tell. And he says, "It's whatever monster lies beneath that fortress controls, I think, more than just magic or some insane strength. I think it controls the fortress itself. Whether it be devil or aberration. Undead, I don't think so, unless it is some wraith or shadow of some kind. Abomination or devil, demon is where I would place my bet. A bet I would not want to know if it was confirmed."
I mean, I've got to be honest, I get more and more curious about the place the more he says about it.
It does tend to make us.
I
wonder,
told
doesn't it?
you not to ask me about it, but then you did. And I tell you, it is your death you go to if you go to Eel Skull Fortress.
Oh, now we have to go.
I thought
But
it
we
was
send the dog first, I think.
I thought it was like a reverse psychology kind of thing. But I suppose you just have a way with words.
Now, if you
Captain, I'm all
think,
for this insane journey.
if you think
Aye.
the island is beautiful and would like to sign up for my timeshares on another island that is
I leave at
equally
this point.
as beautiful.
I leave at this point.
Aye, more
It
reverse
is only-
psychology. I will not sign up.
It is
Time-
only a 45-minute presentation, and I buy lunch.
I go to buy one of those
What?
flea charms. JJ, I
Yeah.
go to buy one of those anti-flea charms, and then I ask them if they have a charm that will cause someone to get fleas as well. A flea attractor.
This is a holy place of Besmara. What you think we would sell such things? Go ahead and
Yeah,
roll
I mean,
me.
there has to be a gag gift shop as well, no?
Roll me a perception check.
There's a Spencer's gift somewhere around here.
Yeah.
So earlier I rolled a
26.
29 on that athletics check. Did I catch my tail?
Yeah, do you remember? Oh no, I think what happened is, do you remember when Gypsy was little and she used to sit on her tail
Yeah.
and he would point straight up and she would just spin in circles? I feel like that's what you were doing.
You should have been like, you caught your tail and were satisfied for 12
Dude,
seconds. And then
that
you
was
forgot
the
and faced it again.
funniest thing ever when she was a puppy and she would do that. She would sit down and her tail would be in front of her and she would just spin. She was trying to chase it, but it was directly in front of her.
She's like right behind you, like, you talking about me?
Yeah. She's sleeping. Bandit's like, what?
Oh, there's that bandit.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just funny. But no, it's a good show that you put on there, Lucky. See, what'd you roll for your perception? You
26.
think that how dare you assault him and be so obvious with a prank gift like that? Say you spend like 2 gold and you get yourself a flea repellent and a gag flea gift as well.
Flea attractant?
Yeah.
Really attractive. You're gonna bring lights on my ship.
You don't know what I'm doing. Shut up. I'm one on my
Well,
own.
Lucky already brought crabs with that wedding dress. I mean, he did just pawn it
Exactly.
off.
I don't trust that dog.
Oh my god.
He's
Have
filthy.
I been itching?
Probably
No,
Lucky
a
we
my
little
cleared,
bit.
we cleared the
Oh,
crabs off the
God.
wedding dress, remember?
Yeah, did you
Lucky
put the
my
wedding
friend.
dress on for any weird particular reason?
No.
Okay.
Okay, as long as I'm not itching, because I don't want to have given that to my new girlfriend. Okay.
Your little rock starts to kind of buzz, and she's like, we need to have a conversation now."
Oh, shit.
Now's not a good time.
I'm pregnant.
Lucky, my friend. I wish to, how do you say, bury the hatchet with you. I was speaking to this fine wizard over here, and he has told me that there is a charm here they sell that keeps the fleas off of nice creatures such as us. And I
I
bought
don't have
myself one.
fleas.
Well, yes, that's the point, sir. I bought
I don't-
myself
I-
one to
I
keep
don't
off the
need
fleas.
I don't need no more fleas. I got none.
I see
I
fleas
bathe.
jumping all over
I-
you, dog.
I bathe. I am a clean dog.
That's what the dog would say.
I don't
Yes.
trust you, cat.
Grr.
I show some teeth.
Now, Lucky, be a good boy. Play nice
Well
with the
then.
cat.
Sorry, Captain.
Maybe the hatchet will stay unburied then, Lucky.
I only bury bones.
And I go to the ship and I put the charm under his pillow. That son of a bitch dog. Matter of fact,
Okay.
in the pillowcase under the pillow.
All right.
Gears had to change his oil. Sorry.
All good. All right. The rest of the crew here, what are you guys gonna be up to? As Gelru starts to kind of go into crazy wizard rants, and you think that whatever may have touched him on Nolt's Island does show itself from time to time, or after a certain amount of time.
It starts rambling like Frost.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
have a-
might. Go ahead. Sorry.
So I have a question. So shipwreck in a bottle actually says that the lady was ran out of Ollie, and Ollie is in Shark Island, which is right next to us, and I think that's where we were originally heading. Is that where our pirate lead actually leads us for ship in a bottle?
To Olo.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. That one is where the last. Again, change them a little.
Because I think that's where we were originally heading, and I wanted to see Besmara on the way. Unless we were planning to go somewhere else, and I forgot already.
Well, you know, my attention span is so short. I kind of want to go see what's on North Island.
I got to tell you, the North Island one seems more adventurous
Yeah,
than
so
some
that's
silly
the
ship in a bottle.
Well, it's
so
shipwreck.
that's
You
the
could cause
shipwreck
shipwrecks.
in a bottle.
A broken
is-
ship in a bottle, even.
So, somebody who has been called a witch, a bitch, or even worse, Aside from bringing cabin boys to Tier, she had a talent for crafting not just ships and bottles, but shipwrecks. Eventually, she was run out of polo after someone examining her work claimed to see gold spilling from one of her wrecks, along with a miniature crew desperately signaling for help. So, an interesting.
So she's got a bunch of midgets like us.
Well, she either has a shipwreck in a bottle that has a ton of treasure, or an actual ship.
Ooh,
I don't know
might be
about you.
magic.
I don't know about you, Captain, but I don't want a broken ship in a bottle or any broken ship. And I certainly don't want to fight the witch if I don't have to.
Where's your sense of
But you,
adventure?
but you want to fight a possible demon.
Yes, demon sounds like a good fight.
You are you're more scared of a witch than a demon.
Not scared.
What? You sound
Smart.
like a pussy.
Gilru kind of points up. He goes, "I knew a witch once. She turned me into a newt."
Did you get better?
But was she attractive? It'd be okay if she was attractive.
You know, Wizard, to be fair, a newt would be an
mean-
upgrade than a smelly dog. So maybe that's a good idea. Maybe we should go meet a witch.
And she only turned me into a newt after I told her we were going Dutch on the second date.
Oh,
And then
did
you
you
had
try
it
to
coming.
space dock with her? I heard that's pretty intense.
No,
See,
no,
your
it's
problem
where you
was not
split
going
the
Dutch on the
bill.
first date.
See, that's your
Oh.
mistake, Wizard. You never go cheap on a witch. A witch will always bitch.
I wish I would have known that.
I mean, you could just avoid the whole thing entirely, which are never really a good idea.
Are you sure she's a witch? Did you
I don't know.
Exceptionally cheap.
The
Well,
crazy ones are
she-
the most fun, Captain. You
Her,
should know
her
this.
patron was Callistra, and I did learn a few things from
You said
her.
crazy, not fat. Shark.
Oh, the fat ones can be a good time too.
But
Early, they'll make
try
you
harder.
breakfast in the
That's-
morning and not say a word about it.
that was a long
They
time
might make
ago.
you breakfast too, that's the problem.
Schooners are fun to pirate. You just don't want to be seen doing it.
And if any of you ever make your way to the port of Quent, I also have a timeshare there. If you would like.
Oh, son
Tomorrow,
of a bitch, this
I'm doing a
wizard.
presentation on
You're
that.
quiet,
one.
you drunkard.
Now, do those timeshares come with all you can eat bacon?
Yes, a free breakfast and you have a deal.
Wizard, are you from the island of Florida by any chance?
I have a cousin from Florida. He sends me these pamphlets.
That's what I thought.
Free breakfast. Well, the one on Quaint has some servants that I think can make you breakfast.
Is he related to Ericio Estrada by any chance?
I'm not sure.
Does
He's
he
a
have
big
7
timeshare guy.
toes?
I thought he made tacos.
How many toes do you
He might
have,
make tacos
wizard?
as well.
I have 9.
9. Are 7 on one foot and 2 on the other?
No, I have 4 on one foot. See, the witch took a toe. And I think that
Uh-oh.
is what I had caused a lot of my problems later in life. That I
See,
went
dog,
to get prescription for, but the prescriptions never really worked. So I just kind of stopped dating.
Ah,
And
so
then
you
I
have
got-
to think about it.
And then I got into
Really
the
don't.
Pathfinder Society because I thought if I couldn't date, I might as well dig into the books and the knowledge and power. And then a few years after that, my entire group died because of some demon.
you see,
Would you
dog,
like
now
to
you
buy
have
a
offended the
timeshare?
witch.
Mm.
Maybe it's just
You know,
that witch's fault.
I have a timeshare to sell you. Do you want to buy a timeshare?
Where is it?
It's on an island called Quent.
I see what you're trying to do. No.
Ah, timeshares are a ripoff, you say?
No, but I already have one there.
Are you sure? I feel like you're trying to
This-
sell one rather than get one yourself.
I can use this one for free.
Does this wizard speak
That's not
cat
how
by any
timeshares
chance?
work.
Since he likes cats so much.
I'm gonna give it a 1, 2, or 3, and he does speak cat. No, he does not.
I ask him a question in cat. Do you speak cat?
Benny looks at you. Now
Cat
his
motherfucking,
eyes,
do you speak it?
his eyes are very glossy as the mug of rum is probably starting to. He goes, looks at you, goes, meow.
I see. I asked him in cat if he spoke cat. He wouldn't say meow.
Which is
He
also a
doesn't know
series of meows.
Meow, 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 meow.
But he definitely does not reply with actual
Cogently.
language. Yeah.
Mm.
He
Well, that
told
is
you
a shame.
about Meow Mix and how he wants chicken, he wants liver. Meow Mix, please deliver.
I'll kind of I'll look over at Gelru and be like, as enjoyable as it is to hear about all your timeshares, I think I'll be going to stock up for our next little venture. Fare thee well. And I will head out, and I would like to see if I might scout around town. This might be a bit of a tall order, but see if there is anywhere that might have any information or any like supplies that might work well against like demons or fiends or something like that.
Yeah, you're looking for specifically kind of stuff against demons. I'm gonna make it kind of a tough check.
What about your demon shark?
See something.
I am a ginger. I'll just say that.
I know weaknesses of everything. It's part of my class.
I have no soul to
I
steal.
wonder if you do.
Played the violin
Roll,
against the devil once time, and he said I hustled him.
roll me a
Was it at the crossroads?
diplomacy, because that's kind of your gather information skill.
You're not great.
12. Yeah, you
You
find
know
a
what?
shop.
Can I doubloon that?
Yeah, go ahead. Also, I guess I forgot to mention this before. Give your guys we'll go 3 doubloons, plus the one for
Ooh.
the set, just the regular, so 4 total for.
Literally the same damn
Ooh.
thing.
I'm up to 8 doubloons. Haven't had this many in ages. That feels
Um,
good.
You're thinking as you're kind of looking around for stuff that this is pretty much a holy island. Finding stuff that'll be like Demon's Bane or anything like that. Just you don't think this port might even be big enough. That kind of stuff.
I'm gonna delete my rapier pistol that I gave her, unless you want me to put it somewhere.
You can just get rid of it.
All right.
I deleted my 75 gold scabbard. That hurt.
For a good cause, though.
Yes. I don't go cheap. I'm trying to get the benefit of a god.
But yeah, probably by the time you are done entertaining Gelru, it is definitely well into the evening.
Oh, can I look for one more thing then,
Yeah.
if I might? Well, actually, mechanically, my innovation, my weapon is not. It does not deal what is considered magical damage. Correct?
Uh-huh.
So, is there any way that I might be able to try to find flintlock ammunition that may deal magical damage?
You might just.
Oh.
We might have something in our stash. You could put a rune onto your weapon,
Okay.
maybe. So we have a +1 Morning Star that probably has a rune on it.
You also have a weapon potency rune in equipment, and that will start giving you. That is a magical +1.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
I would like to search for one to buy.
Okay. And then I've also got the Tidewater Cutlass if it comes down to melee, but
Yeah.
And you got the trident too, right? Maybe. I don't know if you. Got
actually
that or not.
I gave that one over to the High Priestess of Besmara.
How
Do
did
you
I miss
still have the
that?
boarding
I was right
pass
I
here.
missed that. Yeah, I missed that too.
Yeah, I missed that. I don't. Guess I got caught up with you. Basically asking for a strand of her hair. Caught me off
Did you
guard.
give that to Queen Squirrel Girl, or did you give that to the Besmara princess.
I gave that to the
Priestess.
Besmara.
Oh, okay.
No, the only thing I gave to the Queen Squirrel Girl was this D
Oh,
Yo.
and a spoon rose.
Yeah, so the
Oh,
cool
yeah,
thing
that-
He made him.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
So the cool thing about a lot of magic items in Pathfinder is that you can, if they have if their magic properties are coming from runes, you can take those runes off, and with a successful crafting check, or just having, I think, expert in crafting, trade those runes onto a different weapon.
Really? Are
Yes.
they
Yeah.
the
Mhm.
runes? Are they permanent or are they temporary?
They
you
are.
can transfer them.
Yeah, you can transfer them. They are permanent, as in they keep giving the bonus of it. But they are temporary in the fact that you can trade them. So, like the +1 in Morningstar has a potency rune, so you can take the potency rune off that, put it on a different weapon. You have a potency rune that you can put on a weapon.
Oh,
and
so
stuff
I
like
could
that.
actually. So since I am an expert in crafting, so you said I could just take it off and switch it over.
Yes.
So if that's the case, I can take that potency rune off the Morningstar and just put it on Blackblade's weapon.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And we
I'll take
have
that.
another potency ruin just sitting there too. So we have 2 potency ruins technically we can,
Ooh,
use.
I would like that.
and that would give it a
Yo.
+1, I think, and make it
Yeah.
magical.
So if you are looking at your weapon and you click the little notepad with the pen, and you go under details, there should be a spot under precious material and runes for potency rune to just click one through the drop down, and that will effectively
Oh,
add that
nice.
rune to it. So like the striking runes are the ones that double the damage dice, and then the potency runes are ones that give you start your magical item building, and then there are some runes and some stuff that require you to have potency runes of a certain level to be able to get additional magical effects.
Dope.
So
Okay.
Now, is there a way that the captain can use his crafting to make one of my weapons even better?
in what sense?
Like, I want like finesse weapons, but like some of them suck.
I mean,
Looking at
To give it a
They're
new
finesse
property.
weapons. They're not made to do. They're not.
yeah, there's really not like a level system for weapons. It would just be getting magical stuff. The stuff you really, once you can start getting like striking runes, that's when the game starts to change, because you're quite a bit.
potency and striking is different, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're
Can
getting
you
a
add more
potency
than
ruin.
one?
Yes, you can stack them. I
All
think
right, 'cause I got striking on
is-
here already, but I don't see the thing to change it.
Did you have a potency
So-
already too, or just a?
No, just striking.
for the
I think you gotta have a
kukri,
potency
hold on.
first.
Well, I didn't make it. He did.
So
talk to
your
him.
kukri already has a +1 potency on it,
It
and the
does?
striking. Yes, I'm looking at it now. So if you you should be able, if you're
Let's
looking
see.
at it and you go into the little pen and notepad and you go to details,
Details, yes.
you should
Oh yeah,
see.
it has
Yep.
potency. I
Mhm.
see that. So I
Yeah.
can put a potency 2 on there. Is what
No,
you're saying?
no, that is
No.
a whole different ruin.
Mhm.
That
Okay.
costs a ton,
I got
like
you.
1,000 gold or some shit.
Oh, so I'm good then. All right.
It might not be 1,000. It's pretty pricey though.
No, but it
Okay.
the price goes up exponentially from your
Yeah,
first set of
it's
magic
crazy.
items to
So
anything
potency
further.
first, striking separately.
Yep.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So I think you then still have 2 potency runes, unless
So
Anybody
I can just say
else's?
that probably later that night before we hit the hay, I can, switch a rune from the Morningstar over to a preferred weapon, and then I'll put a rune on my musket as well.
perfect.
Okarun?
Ooh, so the striking adds a d6, right?
The striking will add a damage dice. Yes.
It'll double whatever your damage dice is. It'll add a D4, D6, D8, depending on what your base damage is.
So
I
like,
didn't realize.
so like a
And
great
that'll
sword.
be a automatic thing.
So like a great sword that uses 2d6 with striking is 4d6.
Okay, so if
So it's nasty.
Note to self: find a great sword that I can wield.
My stupid
so
dice
so
ain't
I have
working
my
again.
striking cutlass, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I were to have the captain put it on my short sword would become 2d6 and then it would become magical.
Yeah, so you would have to put the potency here. If you put the potency rune on it and then the striking rune on it, it would be doing 2d6, and you would get a +1 to your rolls and stuff due to the potency.
Huh. I don't see no dice, and I reloaded this thing.
Captain,
Let
will
me
you
see if
It's
the
doing
mod
2d6.
might be off.
I'm seeing it.
I see the roll. I don't see the dice.
Oh, the
Wow.
dice. Gotcha.
Because we updated our foundry, it might reload for you. There were some mods that I just forgot to turn on.
Gotcha.
So the dice.
It's a reloading.
Yeah, the dice mod should be coming up here shortly. Sorry about
That's okay.
It's okay.
Do you have a question there, Lucky?
Captain, can you take my cutlass and put it the striking ruin and my weapon potency onto my short sword? That way I can use
Yarg.
my finesse.
Hand him over. I'll take care of it. And am I able to do all three of these in one night, or does it take a while to do?
It would probably take a while to do, but I will tell you, depending on which way you go, there should be no reason that between the next 50 miles to either of these islands, you should have any issues. So I'm not too worried about if you the time wise.
Okay. Sweet.
I will let you fix it next time. You still know it. That's okay.
All right.
I can see the rolls. That's all that matters.
So can I remove it from my striking and then put it on my short sword? Which
Yeah,
it
so
looks
I
like
think
you
I already
did.
I already did that for you. We'll just take it off your cutlass,
Okay,
right?
I took it off and now I'm going to put the cutlass in the stash.
Maybe if I relog it, it'll work.
I did not know that's how weapons work in this game.
Yep.
Otherwise, I would have done that a long time ago.
Yeah. Say I'm learning all kinds of stuff tonight.
Yeah, so yeah,
Check
magic
amateurs.
runes are pretty easy to be moved around. I mean, there's more mechanics in it, but get into the nitty gritty of pieces and stuff like that for anything quite like that. So, but yeah, anybody else doing anything for the rest of the day?
I am going back to my horde friend. Oh yeah, it's working now. Now that I did the thing, rebooted the whole thing.
The cat spends all his time at whorehouses and then calls me the dirty one.
There's different kinds of dirt, my friend. There's licking ass dirt and getting one's ass licked dirt. There is the difference.
Right. Yeah, you guys have the rest of your evening and do all of whatever it is that you want to do on the rest of the island. Next day arrives. What is the Mischief's Maiden's plan?
Well, what say ye, crew? Do we head for the shipwreck in the bottle, or do we go for the demon?
I'm for the more dangerous one, Captain.
Fortune favors the bold, Captain.
I go where you go because I just pilot the ship that way.
Because you're a dog.
Yerg, to Nuts Island, due north.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Do we need a ghost ship?
Actually, you know what? That might come in handy once we get there.
Maybe to go for Galaxy.
Lucky, will you roll me a D6, please?
D6, okay.
Maybe this will work now.
Oh, 1.
Nope.
All
Basic
right.
action still no work.
You awaken to there being a small storm. Seems to have kind of taken over this part of the shackles, and is a very foggy day. Even
If only we
past,
had a ghost ship.
even kind of past the supernatural fog that kind of surrounds Besmara's throne. You can tell that with the storm approaching, that it's going to probably be a little more cautious sailing.
We have a storm, Captain. I can handle it, but it must be careful.
Half speed. I want to take her a little bit easy. We're not in a hurry.
Sounds good, Captain. Do you want to sail anymore?
And well, before that, are you heading to Alo, or are you heading to Nalt's Island?
They
to
all said
Eelskull?
Nalt.
All right.
Nalt's Island.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a sailing check.
We'll hit up these notes.
29.
Nice. Even with the fog, you guys get to kind of this area of Eelskull, Nalt's Island, within most of the day. You know, you got to kind of travel through some of these other areas, and being slowed by the fog, you kind of crest this side of the island here, you know, as the sun is going down.
Well, did we want to go to that side, Eel Skull side, or did we want to go to the Whirlpool Rush side?
Which side is closer to the demon?
Gelru said to approach it from the north, so I'm seeing, if I'm looking at me charts correctly, I'm seeing a little inlet there, up to the northern side of the island.
All right, so we're going.
If
to the
Gelru is
Whirlpool
correct,
side.
perhaps that's the best way to approach.
Well, he did get everyone killed in his party before, so maybe he doesn't have the best advice on where to go.
I'll not deal with any giants on my way to Eelskull.
I'll try to convince them to die by themselves rather than our blade, Captain, if you want.
Can you do that?
I can talk to Cyclops.
And just convince them to kill themselves.
I can try. If not, I can kill them for you, Captain.
To be
I'm
fair,
real good at
Captain.
Hey
killing.
there, Cyclops. Your life sucks. You
To
should
be
kill
fair,
yourself.
Captain, most of the time that I talk to him, I want to kill myself. So he's very efficient at it.
See, look, the cat
Sure.
almost killed himself because of me. I'm very good.
You raise a good point.
All right, so
Yeah.
you can move go ahead and move your token of your ship where you think you would like to depart onto the island.
That's pretty far.
Let's can we float around and scout just outside of the Whirlpool Rush first, just to see just how dangerous it is to cross
Like
through?
he said, from the north.
Yeah,
Why
you
are we
can
going way over there.
go ahead and roll me perception checks.
We're doing a little reconnaissance.
We're all gonna die.
Well, this is the easy side, remember?
I thought the north
Is
was
it the easy
side
side?
by the damn
This
island.
isn't. I'll say this isn't
We're
the easy
still
side. This
we're
is the
still on the north.
Oh, wait,
Yes,
no. The Whirlpool
the
Rush
west
is like
north.
is over here. Okay,
Yeah.
I see.
Yes, but the skull is on the east side. We're on the west side.
Right. Okay.
West side?
All right. Never mind. Never
Is
mind.
that right?
Never
You
mind.
said perception, right?
Yeah, go ahead and roll. Yeah, roll perception anyway. Just looked up what the monster was for the Whirlpool Rush. Yeah.
Oh no. I don't like
would-
that laugh when you look at a monster.
Would not recommend. I mean, go over there. It's totally fine and safe. It's cool.
Avoid the whirlpool at all costs. The DM has spoken.
I'm more afraid of that Lake of Dead Dreams. I don't like the sound of that one bit.
No, that sounds odd. It sounds like a goth rock album. I'm into it.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go
So,
check it out and get all the emo
lucky.
clients.
Latest song
So
by
we'll
The Cure.
say you guys are up north. You know, north of Eelskull is where you're gonna.
That's
The ship.
strange. That's exactly where I would have put us.
Lucky as you kind of come in close to the coast, and you guys can see the fortress. It's right on the coast. So you can kind of in through the fog, and as the sun is going down, it kind of creates a shadow, and you can see the outline of it. But Lucky, you
Does
were
he
the
look
only
like the
one
skull of an eel?
that notices that there is a strange shape, a formation, statue, something kind of outside of the fortress that looks almost like an eel's mouth. Of how the moray eel kind of reaches out its mouth, and you do see fainted glowing coming from the fortress and this other kind of area. There's bits and pieces of kind of this eerie green glow that you see maybe in windows. You're not sure if it's surrounding the fortress, if it's coming out of a specific window. It's coming from that other strange eel-like looking cliff face. But
Captain,
you see
there's a
that?
strange, eerie green glow coming out of what might be an eel face thing, statue, creature, something. I can't really tell. It's still kind of foggy, but it's very, very eerie.
Is it in range of the guns?
Do I know if it's in range of the guns?
You think you could probably get it in range of the guns?
I could probably get it in range of the guns, Captain, but I don't know if that's the right play.
Well, if worst comes to worst, it'd be
Aye,
good
aye,
if we
Captain,
can
you're the
escape. We
boss.
just blow the thing to hell anyway.
You're
But-
the boss.
I don't suggest we. I don't suppose that we'd go and bring the roof down before we explore the place. Do I know, or I might actually ask somebody who's a little bit more trained in in either occultism or religion or something. Is there any sort of like symbolic significance to the eel?
I'll give you this one for free because I feel like it might just be your kind of more superstitious nature that if the rock jutting out of the cliff looked sort of you see these kind of structures that are given names or apt descriptions of what they look like all over the place. So that's your first thought. The glowing green stuff, what's it, gears within occultism. That could follow a whole bunch of different magical presence from again undead to demons or abominations. So there definitely is confirmed something happening there. But what exactly it is connected to, without getting a really either being there or getting a really clear view of, just don't know. But I would say Gears and even Jupiter would confirm that there is some sort of magical presence.
Well,
Magic indeed.
I'll kind of grip the bead that the high priestess gave to me, and I say, "What say you, boys? Shall we go ashore?"
Most definitely,
I'm
Captain.
ready to plunder, Captain.
I
Didn't get all
shall-
dressed up for nothing.
I shall drop anchor and follow you wherever you want, Captain.
Now, are you
I will trust in the
going
pearl
at
we were given.
are you going at night or are you going to wait until the day?
I say we wait till the day.
Maybe we
Ah.
should let Lucky smell the eel's butt.
Is there a butt to sniff?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I
Maybe.
didn't see it.
Okay.
I only saw green lights, and I'm not really. I'm colorblind, so I don't really know what color the green was, what shade it was.
Yeah, so I think
The great
morning
green
time
lights.
would probably be, at least in my own, if I'm to heed any of my own superstitions, daytime would probably be the more opportune time to go.
Yeah, and that evening is a very unrestful sleep, as every once in a while, once you guys have kind of settled on a spot to put anchor and the night kind of stills itself, almost hear sounds like screams, but it could easily be just the creaking of the ship, maybe amplified by the natural high cliffs or anything like that of this area. But it gives it a sense of eeriness and maybe not feared, but unrestfulness to you and the crew. But that evening as well, Captain, you maybe are clutching the Besmara and Pearl, hoping for the boon of Besmara, but you are given a dream that night.
Oh, what dream?
Well, the first, it's pirating. Ships, battle, cannons are going off, cannon fire. You see the black flag of Besmara flying high in the sky. You see Tidewater Rock. Remember bits and pieces of things. You remember the Sahagin you fought. Remember a necklace. And then kind of an abstract mixture of all kinds of things. Things from your past, people you've met. Sometimes those things all kind of mix up in dreams. But the one thing you remember when you awaken is a map. But this map in your dream sort of seemed to slip off of skin of somebody. Maybe it was somebody you know. Somebody, sometimes you have dreams about somebody you've caught in passing, but this map kind of slipped off of their back and onto the paper on your desk. You don't remember details of the map, but you remember treasure map of that sort. Wake up in the morning and it's rather clear day. Fog and that storm only lasted that day, and you guys have a very good view of Heel Skull and Nault Island.
Oh, I can't get that map out of my head. Is there a roll I could make to see if maybe I can remember or recollect anything? Or maybe put clues together?
Yeah, roll me. I'll take an occultism. It's kind of the dreams.
Who is this John
Oh,
Sahag
no.
he fought?
I knew in my mind, I saw the number 8 before I clicked that button. I was like, yep, I knew, yep.
Yeah, I'll say everything I described to you, you remember from the dream. You remember this kind of almost lucid dreaming of being in like a pirate ship battle, killing a captain, killing a Sahagin, maybe even fighting Harrigan, kind of running through all these ship battles you may one day have, the Besmaran flag flying above you, and then you walking into the captain's quarters and somebody standing there with a treasure map of some kind that sort of like magically transfers onto a piece of paper on your desk. And I would say the things you remember the most are the treasure map and pulling a necklace off a Sahagin. You remember the necklace you saw there is one you actually pulled off of the Sahagin that tried to assail your ship just a few days ago.
That big snake thing?
The big well, I guess they're not. Sahagin, I guess, is the OGL. The Sea Devil Scouts.
Oh, the
bitches.
Somewhat
The sea
lizard.
goblins.
Yeah,
the bitch people.
not the ones with the octopus legs, but the other ones that
Right.
Yeah, the
Dang
more
it, I
lizard-like
wrote
ones.
Oh, the lizard goblins.
I wrote a ton of notes and I forgot to
They're all
click the
goblins,
save
goddammit.
button on there and it got rid of them.
I hate when that happens. I
It's-
do that
it's
all
like-
the time on
It's like
Foundry.
the 5th freaking time I've
Yep.
done that.
Hey, Moss, hit the save button.
Yes, I will remember that.
But yeah,
Oh,
as you guys
so-
awaken,
How did-
even from where you're anchored, you can see Eel Skull, and it is a black fortress looming kind of on the top of a cliff, and even to the north of that cliff, you can see jutting out of like another cliff. It looks like it may have been sculpted, or it's just a strange phenomena, natural fixture it looks like an eel is coming out of the cliff.
Did I sleep well? I used my cloak of feline rest.
Yeah, other than
Give me a-
maybe the spooky noises of the boat reverberating off the cliff or whatever is haunting this island, I mean, got a pretty good sleep.
I have a -2 status penalty to auditory perception checks.
Oh yeah,
rather than
you were.
-4.
Yeah, you probably didn't notice really much at all then, honestly.
Overwhelming sense of comfort and coziness, like a
bef-
cat.
Before we set out, I'm gonna make sure that I bring that Sea Devil's necklace with me,
Okay.
just in case, like if I see any other clues or anything like that
Yeah.
that might harken back to that dream.
Also, does the dog have fleas now?
I don't know. Where'd you put the fleas?
you
Did
know
you
what?
put them under my?
Lucky.
You said in my room, but you never left the thing. Did you go to the inn?
Oh,
Did
I
you
said
go?
exactly where I put it.
You said under my pillow, but was it under my pillow in the room, or was it in the boat, or?
Lucky, go ahead and roll me a fortitude save if you would be so kind. Oh.
See if your immune system can push
But
away the.
He said where he put it, but he was still having the conversation with the guy, so maybe he never actually left. Just saying. 15.
You know, he doesn't seem much more scratchy than normal.
That's a shame. I want my money back.
You must have put it under the robot's pillow.
Yeah, but Gears you haven't seen this morning. He seems to be taking his time
He's
below deck.
expensive.
He's-
I wonder
Changing his
what
oil?
happened to Gears.
Yar, Gears! Where be ye?
I don't know why, but I'm itching all over, Captain.
You're a robot. How are you itchy? Never
I
mind.
don't know.
None of this makes sense. None of the things that have happened over the last couple of weeks have made any sort of sense.
But yeah, mostly just because I didn't plan for you guys to do an eel skull dungeon crawl. We're gonna end the session here because the problem with this
Give me
campaign,
the
which
wizard.
isn't really a problem, but there are so many things you can chase in this campaign that it's kind of like we pick a couple things and hopefully we get to the ones. If not,
You made
it's
the
all right.
wizard thing sound so attractive.
Yeah, it was so much fun. It's like, oh yeah,
Right.
you guys will probably die if you go here. Then,
he
of
kept
course.
saying, "Don't go there. Whatever you do, don't go there." He was basically telling us he had nothing for
I mean,
it.
it
He
is-
was
Reverse psychology.
We're going to go there. I gotta.
It is in the
going.
description of one of the books. I think you guys have access to it in the Google Drive. His character is in there, and it is he doesn't really talk about it, and he tells people they're gonna die. So it's all good though. But we're kind of coming up on time anyway. We were not gonna start a dungeon crawl with just a couple minutes left. But we'll say you guys, find the path, make your way up to Eel Skull Fortress, and it definitely looks like something that is extremely old. You see bits and pieces of it that may have been more recently kind of remodeled, so to speak. Different architecture types in a couple different spots, but this looks a lot older than any modern fortress creation that you can think of. Even you, Captain Wilhelm, could easily date some of this stone back to that 100, 50 to 100 year mark, and then way further back past that as well.
I'm thinking we could have used the wizard here.
Yeah, that
Maybe.
was kind of one of my angles. I was gonna try to get him to come with us, but he was like, "Nah, I don't have an adventurous bone in my body left.
Yeah, I tried.
My soul died."
That, and he's a little crazy.
My body lives, but my soul died.
I was actually hoping you would have tried to do this. He's a little cuckoo, so that would have been fun.
I did try.
But yeah, Mega had to step away. I don't know if he will be back while we are doing all these, but I'm gonna go ahead and put his link in chat. Follow him. He's on everything. Reaction videos, all those fun things. He's got some cool stuff on his stuff. And then let's go ahead and let's start with Biggles. What do you got going on? Where can you be found? leave me for last. Tag somebody after you.
All right, so you can find me at youtube.com/BigglesMets. I'm like 20 watch hours away from being monetized. It said I passed 3K and then it went back down, so I need like 20 more. It takes about 5 days to update, so hopefully in
You
like
could be there.
hopefully in like 6 days I'll be monetized, but YouTube kind of like fucks me. So please go ahead and check out one of my videos. Any of it counts. But we're very close to monetization over there. I did a pre-stream for this, pre-prep work where I spent 2 hours trying to come up with the story of what we were going to tell. And after the first hour, we gave up. We threw my notes in Gronk, and then we just changed it and said, "Hey, make this better." And then Gronk, after 12 times, it finally got something we liked. And that was the story for today. We talk a bunch of anime over there. We're playing Kingdom Hearts 3. And we might be playing the Goblin Slayer TRPG pretty soon on Wednesdays. We just need Skizzles to figure out how to DM it. And he said he's a third way through the book. So hopefully very soon, because the next third of it is going to be an adventure and all the items. So he should be just about ready to DM. So hopefully we'll have the Goblin Slayer TRPG going on my channel on Wednesday nights. And I pass it to the captain, Wilhelm Cokenstache, known for his layer of caked white armor.
Yarg. Thank you very much, good boy. Yeah. So obviously you can find me here. I'm also on Moonskull for Call of Cthulhu, except yesterday because my tummy was not feeling. No, I was pretty sick yesterday. But yeah, then every other Wednesday night for Wednesday After Dark. Thursday, March the Dragon Queen. Friday, I actually have a break. Saturday for Star Wars. And then back again right here on Monday for the premieres of Fear of Ages Pass. That's our Lord of the Rings show. If you haven't checked it out, go and check it out. Also, check out the shop. If you would, please. You see our friend Biggles wearing some of the merch. Also, more merch. You can see Fear of Ages Pass mug. It's pretty freaking dope. I love it. I am so happy with it. Yeah, go and check that out. And there's some other stuff we got going on, but I will leave that to our illustrious DM here, and I'll pass it off to JT.
Well, thank you, sir. Oh, Cat, where are you going? Not now. Not now, Cat. Speaking of cats. No. I was gonna go play some pirates after this, but I don't think the stars have aligned, so I will probably be playing some Fortnite on Kick. Come check me out. And I also am trying to get my YouTube channel monetized. I am much farther away from Lucky, but I don't have fleas, so it's okay. So please go follow me there if you don't already, and check out Riffs on Sunday at 4 p.m., where we fight a giant kaiju made from Silent Witch's dead corpse, or supposedly Silent Witch's dead corpse, which should be really crazy and fun. So please go check that out. Oh, Stinky's back as well. He'll be there as well Sunday, hopefully, to fight the dead kaiju witch thing with us on Sunday. And also, yes, the Wednesday After Dark and the Call of Cthulhu when Moss's sniffles aren't keeping him occupied. And what else is there? There's like, and this, obviously. And someday Kingmaker, if that ever happens, because I haven't heard anything about that in a while. But hopefully it's coming together behind the scenes, so we should know soon, I guess. And also go buy my merch and buy their merch, because it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, especially the wanted poster ones that Lucky has on that you can't see because he's facing you. See that? I made him get up without saying anything. It looks pretty cool, don't
I'm
it?
a good boy.
That does look awesome.
He's a good boy. So yeah, go buy some of that because one, it helps us and it helps JJ. So and Moss. So do the right thing, God damn it, like Spike Lee said. And I'll pass it off to Mega.
You're fine.
MegaReacts.
Couple minutes.
Catch him on my channel, MegaReacts. Look up
Basically
MegaReacts.
what Moss said.
I'm all over the place. You'll find me. I'm on JT's channel on Sundays. Mind Melter. I'm tired of playing nice. I'm gonna start melting mines.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
I gotta do what I gotta do. These bunch of incompetent fucks. But I joke, half joking.
I mean, you can't mean me because I kill everything I come across, sir.
No, you are simple and to the point, and I appreciate that. You also catch me Geese Gamers channel, Silent Winds. Yeah. Sorry, I'm a little distracted. I just had a
Silent
moment.
Winds.
All
Silent Winds.
that's
Silent
all
Winds?
strange winds.
No.
Strange Winds. Silent Winds is what I've been
Winds.
doing the whole game.
You got a witch on the
Silent
moon.
Winds have been flowing. And I thought I almost had a silent deposit, so I had to go. I did not, but I had to finish business. That's all. I don't know what I'm saying. JJ, you do what you got to do, man.
Yeah, well, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for the raid, forever who is still around from that, from Nomi from earlier, and those who gave us follows, Dreaming
Yeah, you got a lot of
Tabitha,
follows
Terra
from that.
Crystal, Nomi, Tommy Doyle, and Smooth DJ. We appreciate that. But
And
yes,
Tabitha followed as well. Thank you, Tabitha.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I did see that. Thank you. We appreciate that as we get this channel growing and going. But yeah, check out the merch store. We have some fun merch from all our shows. Everything, is got the Fear of Ages Past mug that Moss is repping tonight. We got the Wanted poster shirts that Biggles has on for his character. I have them for all characters. And we have some other Tales of Dragons Tavern stuff. We are also doing a little bit of a raffle / fundraiser, which we are going to extend to the 19th as the cutoff. Just with the holidays and stuff, it felt like giving everybody another week to get on that if they would like to. All those can be found. Those rules can be found in our Discord. It's a 2025 raffle. And then if we get enough money for $500, Sevi is actually going to cut Moss's hair, and we will record that. So that'll be fun. And then if we actually can fundraise, get raffle money up to $1,000, I am going to get the Tales of the Dragons Tavern logo tattooed, probably on my arm, a little mini tattoo there. So some things to watch us do and have some fun with. But as I am getting attacked by animals here, I think I'm going to do the outro. But I appreciate everything, guys, and we will catch you next for this wonderful show. I know. I get it. You know exactly what time it is now. I don't know why you know that, but you do. All right.